Hello, welcome back. This is update 4. Let's see what has happened since last time. Over the weekend I wasn't able to do much. Let's get rid of this. What is it? Clear. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, over the weekend I was away from my computer, so I wasn't able to do too much. At least I couldn't record these videos, but I was definitely able to do some work. As you can see, there's some spoilers over there, maybe. So where do we start? Let's see. There's a lot of miscellaneous little projects. Let's not... Oh, that's spoily. Okay, so maybe let's start over here. So let's go faster. I'm finding that if I'm watching along with the stream, then sometimes little reference points will pop up, and I'll just sort of quickly lay down things like this sugarcane farm, which isn't finished, but I was able to sort of lay down the positions of some of the rows of things. And that'll make it easier to finish those projects later. And sometimes I'll just get off track with I'll be doing one project and then I'll see a great point of view that helps me like pinpoint exactly where another thing should go. And that's just gets me off track, and I kind of do that. So anyway, over the weekend, Ollie came in and did this path. I did clear out this cave finally. Also, hopefully the video quality is better than last time. I upped the bitrate, and hopefully that helped a bit. So we've got Hollow Council's cave with all the beds, Ollie's lava disposal bin here, and they've added these chests, this little chest zone. I didn't add the Santas, and they kind of blockaded this cave. They trapped a trader in here. And they kind of made a wall of cobblestone to trap him in. I didn't put that in because I figured that was probably temporary. If it's not, we can add it in easily. We have this path. I was able to get the position of Iris's house, and Ollie added these stairs. We've got a horse here. Hello. So we've added in Ollie's house. Oop, left the doors open. And here's Iris's house. Let's take a nap. There's not too much to say. I just want to take a little tour of what we've been doing. Let's carry on. I tried to replicate the flowers as well as possible, but in the end, a lot of it is just randomly placed. But I did try to at least mimic the shape of where the flowers were going. Let's see. What next? Well, let's take a look at some of the bigger projects. So I was lucky enough to be able to pinpoint the location of Amelia's house. So we have that. Ooh, wow, look at all this stuff over there. Well, actually, let's start over here. One of the big time-consuming things that I know I figured would take a while, but really has taken the majority of time, probably, maybe not the majority, but a long time. It's just the landscaping, like getting all this down to the right level, carving this mountain. Like we sheared this mountain down probably 10 blocks to the right distance, so we can tell because of these patterns of these things, this diorite in the dirt and the dirt over there. It all matches up. And they've taken away this coal, but there is a scar there where they left it. And we added this little corridor leading to the Sky Temple. And this still isn't done. There's still all this stuff to do. Ina's house is about here, and all this stuff is cleared away. There's also a mountain here that I cut down because there's no mountain in the streams. So someone obviously, I think it was Ina, just leveled this whole zone. And I remember her talking about this a long time ago, but I'm not sure how far out it goes. But she did extend the dirt out here, so she created a bigger working space to be able to do the wool farms and other things. One of the great discoveries that I found was that on Sana's streams, she plays with a special shader. Oh god. That when it's lit up at night, it's really easy to see the distinct blocks. So if you have a torch here, then each of these blocks will be lit up with a different light intensity. And so you can really count the blocks, which has made laying these paths down way, way, way easier. We were able to do the cake from the Christmas time. And of course we were able to do the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is a serious approximation. There is no way, I mean, I guess if with a lot of time and study, you could replicate exactly where each of these leaf blocks goes and create the exact tree that they did. I kind of decided that was too much, just too much effort, and like kind of it's a waste of time. If I want to fix it up later, after everything else is done, I can do that. For now, it looks passable. It looks like their tree, even if it's not exactly the same. The star is exactly the same. It's in the same spot with the same dimensions. For the Christmas tree, I never actually noticed this at the time, but they extended this floor out and made a flat wall here with a little divot here, and then we had to cut away this wall to expose this pattern. And there's the Christmas tree. This was fun. Took me a little while. It's still not big enough. If you compare this, and the shape's kind of wonky, if you look, it kind of comes out a little bit in a weird way. But if you compare this to the tree that they actually have, theirs is bigger. And you just keep adding and adding and adding and adding, and it's still not big enough, and it feels too big all the time, but then you compare it and it's too small. But I'm pretty happy with where it is. I might add a little bit of volume to it eventually, but it's not looking too bad. At least it captures the feeling, the right feeling of their Christmas tree. Added in Hachima's tombstone. And we kind of finalized the location of this. This is Polka's little zone with a GT thing on top and her signs. Nothing in the chests for now. There are beds here. Let's just add those because it's bothering me that I took them away. Oh god. So we also added Nuko's little gate. This is in the right spot, so I'll be primed to be able to set this up. We'll be able to create that. And also we have the right spot for Gura's stairs here. And of course there's still a lot of stuff to cut away here, but I'm doing it a little bit at a time because I don't want to cut it too far in and have to rebuild some of the stuff that's there. So all these paths are recreated with just counting, and hopefully that's all right. This cake was a fun little easy project. It's always fun when there's like little things that can be done really quickly, because then it feels like you're making some progress, even though the thing about this is that now that I'm sort of getting some stuff down, and like there's some major things like KFP, that house over there, the tree is like a nice addition, and it kind of feels like, you know, we're laying down some stuff that wasn't here before, and it really makes it feel more like their server, especially things like this little garden zone. I mean, this whole area is like, they have wheat fields here, which I kind of started to plant, but I'm not sure exactly where they go, so I didn't continue. But this is all like, if you were to look at this view, I mean, if I didn't know that I was working on this, I would swear that I was looking at their server. So that's kind of fun. So it feels like, oh, we're making good progress, and maybe it is doable, but maybe it is. But there are more and more Minecraft streams all the time because, especially because of council, they're like streaming every day. So that's kind of hard to keep up with. What happened? Oh, that's 2 trees. I thought it was over one weird wide tree. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It kind of feels both very doable and also like really out of reach because I mean, later on this week, Callie has a 10-hour Minecraft stream. Who knows what that's going to yield? We've got streams from different council members, and they have their own zone that I'm kind of trying to follow and add to. So let's take a look at Ame's house. I'm really, really quite happy that we were able to like get this in the right spot. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. These trees are a little two-dimensional, maybe, but we can always fill those out. Especially this one is kind of looking kind of weird, but I did have to build those by hand. They're, again, not perfect, but they are pretty close. I mean, they look pretty good. If you can compare this to the actual house, there's still a platform out here that I need to build out, and I made these waterfalls. But if you were to compare this to a screenshot, it's pretty close. I'm 90% certain that the magnifying glass is in the right spot. The tennis ball might be a block. I mean, how far away from the tennis racket it is not 100% certain, but I did my best there. And we got Bubba. Cute old Bubba. This was fun to follow along with. Amelia's, like, her building style is very erratic, and so you kind of have to follow along with every step because otherwise you'll just miss some crucial block that she placed. Welcome to the bone zone, as she says. Let's go inside. Not too much new in here. Well, there is, actually. I don't know. We've got this room here, which in the actual server, we have to carve this out, but I'll do that. In the actual server, this is filled with snowmen, or at least it was at the time of the HoloEN collab. And going up here, we've got this spot. There's lots of flowers that I'm missing, but this is pretty close to how it actually is. It's hard to tell because Ame doesn't go up here very often. When she does, she just kind of looks around really quickly and then leaves. So it's hard to get a perfect reference, but this is pretty close. And then we have this door to nowhere. I'm actually not sure where this door goes. And we need to finalize this wall. I'm not sure. There might be sand over top of this wall or something. I have to look. So that's this house. We added these paths. We were able to get this staircase in the right spot too. Of course, there's a lot up here that is just not here. There's a lot of like farms, like wheat farms and sheep farms here that need to be put in eventually. So let's, okay, there's one more thing over here we want to look at. This wall, I mean, maybe it looks like this. I don't know, but looks kind of weird to me, but I have to go back and check. I think this ceiling's accurate, but again, it's hard to tell. They don't look up very much, but I think it's right. There might be actual wood in these spots, but so let's plunge down into Gura's cave, which she doesn't use anymore, but I want to get as much of that old stuff accurate as possible before we move on to the new stuff. Actually, I'm debating. I'm not sure whether it's better to keep up with the new streams and make sure all those are built, and then when I have time, go back and build the old buildings, or build just whatever I want. Keeping up with the new stuff and then building the old stuff, it gives me a nice feeling because it feels like I'm guaranteed to make progress that way. Because if I'm always up to date with the newest stream, then when I have free time I can catch up with the older stuff. It kind of means that there's this gap that's closing between the state of the real server and the state of this one. But if I'm just kind of like catching up with the old stuff and then the new stuff is piling up ahead of me, it feels like I'm never going to catch up, even though I may one day. So I'm trying to stay afloat with the new additions by council and stuff. It's really raining a lot, so that's annoying. I added this staircase down to Gur's back door, which connects to the hollow rail, of course. Let's sleep through this thunderstorm, because obviously Minecraft wants to storm. And we did do the basement of Ame's house too, which is just a room with an enchanting table and some waterfalls. I'm actually not sure what the backdrop of these waterfalls is. I just continued with the polished andesite that I was using for the walls. And let's continue up here. What else am I missing? I forgot to mention that, like, at the very beginning of this project, I did create the infamous 1x1 hole that everyone's fell into and has caused many deaths, but I didn't actually show it. We could show it. Where'd it go? It's over here. It's over here. So here's the hole. God, okay. We go down here and we end up in this spot. Of course, we've got the other layers as well. This one and this one. I added some torches for where Ame and Rene added torches. And interestingly, this wood was just like this. I know in those investigation streams they were full pillars, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but this is how it was when I found it. So that's interesting, something to note. And what else? Let's think. So yeah, it's just a lot of little things. We'll go and see some of Council's additions, which are kind of close to the spawn point, which is interesting. They kind of ventured far away to kind of make themselves distant from everyone, but the spawn point is right there, so it's interesting. We've got Sana's house, her tower. Na. And this is it. She's starting to do the second floor, but it wasn't really finished. I thought she was going to do this little 3-block distance from the edge all the way around, but looks like she's changed her mind, so we'll see how that goes. Just a little cave down here that I started to clear out, but I stopped. This is not so interesting. And there's this little thing that I could only ever see from one side. I'm not actually sure what it is. This is a marker for Crony's house, which is, of course, expertly hidden. If I come down here, this is Crony's, like, cutout cave. And then she's got the mines. And frustratingly, she built this all off stream, so I had to recreate it when Sana was exploring it. And this goes... I mean, this is basically just a mine too, so this just goes all the way to the end. Not too interesting. In a straight line. Stop it. Stop growling at me. And yeah, what else is there to see? Let's think. There's the red X that was... I was listening to that stream on mute, so I'm not actually sure what they were trying to accomplish. But Sana and Bay made a red X in the ground, which I copied, and it's somewhere in the snowy zone. There it is. I guess they were trying to like mark out a spot to build. But as far as I know, nothing's been built there yet. Just 4 corners to mark where to build. And yeah, it doesn't seem like that much was done, but it feels like a lot was done. Mainly because terraforming is like a huge job, so I was happy to get some of that done with this mountain here. That's just like ongoing. Whenever there's nothing specific to do, I can just listen to a stream and carve away at a mountain or the ground or something like that. Let me just quickly think if there's anything else that I missed. I don't think so. I think that's everything that's been done so far, but still lots to do. A little more to do every day, and I'm questioning my choices, but I feel making pretty good progress. Like, this is more than I expected to get done in like a week. Plus those 3 days there when I wasn't able to do anything, so that's 4 days of work. Able to recreate like this much stuff is pretty good, I think. I think better than I expected. So I'm gonna keep trying, and who knows if I'll ever get caught up, but fingers crossed. Also, one other thing, the decor of Kiara's old house has changed a little bit. She added these end rods here and added some carpet. This very, very noisy cat. And there's candles on these blocks, but candles aren't available in the version that I'm using, and I'm using that version because I want the spawn to be like exactly right. So I used the version that they started on, which didn't include copper or axolotls or a lot of these other things. But having different resources would affect the spawn of the server, so I wanted to keep it the same. Hopefully we can update it one day, but not just yet. I'm happy with this for now. What's next? I would like to build Kiara's new house here. That's not a terribly hard job because there's a lot of reference images of that, because people walk by the zone all the time. People go in and out and they explore around the house, so that shouldn't take too long. And then Ina's house. There's a bridge here, and Ina's house is like here. So that takes a bit more terraforming, and we'll do that too. And then Nuko would also be nice to get done. Shouldn't be too hard to get that set up. Just have to know the exact height of everything, which is hard with concrete blocks that don't have any seams. Yeah, so that's it, I guess. Looking forward to continuing. I'm kind of dreading whatever Callie's gonna do in a 10-hour Minecraft Carnival marathon that I definitely won't be able to watch the whole thing of, so we'll also have to do Callie's house at some point, but that's for another day. See you all next time, probably maybe tomorrow. And there's also some carving out of this that I have to do and making the pixel art. Also the statues, sorry, I'm going on a bit of a tangent. The statues here shouldn't be too hard to replicate either, but the spacing will be hard. I'd like to know exactly where they are along the line. It'll be easy, like that mountain we can use as reference, but might not be able to know exactly what block to start on. But so that might be on hold for now, those ones. Also Phoenixton, gonna have to do that too. So what we'll do is we'll put a wall around Phoenixton. I'm not gonna manage any of the villagers. I might put up signs around town as well, but I'm not going to do anything, like I'm not actually going to create Phoenixton the way Kiara did. I mean, there's already villagers here, so that could be good enough. We have to level off some of this stuff, and this is where the Ferris wheel is, and I'm assuming this is where Callie's going to be building a bunch of stuff if her stream is about building a carnival. And also, I'm not going to go there, but I scouted out the right x-axis location for PPP. Having trouble knowing exactly how far out to go, so that might be eternally on hold also. But yeah, for now, thanks for following the update, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Wake up.